So I watched this Bleach episode 10 called The Battle. This is the episode that I was waiting for, Zarki Kenpachi versus Unohana. And it wasn't even one full episode. The battle part was pretty much like half of it, or almost two-thirds of it. The other part was again devoted to Ichigo. So yeah, basically the battle happened, and it's already over. What I wanted to see and learn about the most was the Bankai of Unohana because it wasn't clear from the manga. So if I understand this right, the Bankai works like Jujutsu Kaisen's domain expansion. It's like when Unohana activates Minazuki, this blood basically starts to flow. In fact, she activates it by cutting her hand. I mean, that's amazing for an activation of Bankai. And basically, there's all blood, surrounded by blood, a domain of blood, and she can make like long range attacks of those blood. So kind of like her blade is soaked with blood, and she can attack. Maybe if that's also maybe true, she can heal much faster. She said that she learned Kido in order to heal herself to um, extend her battle duration. I'm not sure. Minozuki also is a healing, sword, so I'm guessing maybe she heals much faster thanks to this activation. But basically, she has much more long range attack rather than just swinging her sword. And those long range attacks happen with the blood, which is basically everywhere. And she can swing her sword, and blood basically comes and attacks long range Zarki Kenpachi, and that blood can cut Zarki Kenpachi. So it's not acid based. The reason I thought was acid based was in the manga, like we have seen panels where the skin of Zarki Kenpachi was melting, and he indeed in the anime he says I am melting, but it's apparently a metaphor. It's not like he's physically melting, but rather the barriers that he formed around his power to suppress his power, they are melting away. Basically, Zarki Kenpachi made himself weaker in order to enjoy or battle for eternity. And in fact, Unohana explains that I also learned basically Kido to heal myself and battle for eternity. So these are different approaches of how Unohana and Zarki Kenpachi dealt with, enjoying battles and such. So yeah, Minozuki is apparently kind of like an area of effect Zanpakuto that is battle based and that's blood based, that basically makes the Unohana's attacks much basically long range. Yeah, that's what I understood. And it ended. So yeah, Unohana basically dies. I don't think there will be any difference from the manga because it's always sticking to the manga so far. So it's not like Unohana is going to be revived or anything like that. And finally, Zarki Kenpachi can hear his sword, and that's a female sword. So I know the name. I mean, I can spoil it if you want. That name sounded like a male name, so I wondered maybe is there going to be like a male name for the Zanpakuto when the Zanpakuto talks? No, it's a female one, which basically is what we know from his Bankai as well. So yeah, it's over. And Zarki Kenpachi now basically unlocked his abilities. The next battle that I'm looking forward to is Zarki Kenpachi's battle against Grammy, I think, the Stern Ritter, which I haven't even seen him yet because he's kind of an OP guy. And yeah, so that's the battle that I was waiting for. It's progressing very fast, by the way. So Ichigo basically got defeated by the Asoichis. Now he's going to learn about his past and such more. So yeah, maybe in 10, 15 episodes we might see Zarki again. But yeah, it's such a shame that Unohana is gone. So you see, when in the Bleach, like enemies aren't killed most of the time so far, and those who are killed are like not maybe exactly super good guys, but kind of like like Unohana. I mean, imagine if Unohana didn't die and continued to do battle and such. But that would have been a different manga. Yeah, so it was a brilliant episode, but unfortunately it was again too short. So yeah, I look forward to Zaraki Kenpachi's next battle.